If you want to know why Liberal MPs suck up to the Prime Minister, stay tuned. But before then, please subscribe, donate, become a member, because we want to stay on the air, because we have stuff here you're not going to hear anywhere else. Because Dan McTeague joins me. He was a Liberal MP for 18 years. You weren't there under Trudeau, but all of those MPs for 10 years, many of them I've spoken to since, say, we knew he was a rotten PM. We knew they were bad policies. And I say, why didn't you say something? Well, you're not allowed to do this. And now, with Carney saying, I am going to support Palestine becoming a nation, even though there's no promises, there's no commitments, I'm just going to do that. And many are saying, and I agree, that that's one of the silliest decisions you can make. And MPs aren't saying a word. And Housefather, who's a long-standing Liberal MP from Montreal, Jewish, not saying a peep. What happens with MPs when they become members of the Liberal caucus?
They sell their soul. I mean, look, if you have nothing, no principle that guides you other than what the party tells you to think, do, and say,
excuse me, as a party person, I want you to change that. All right. I run the Prime Minister's office, not the party.
Well, but okay, I don't see the party pushing back either. I mean, the party's been a feat and all this.
The party has been destroyed by Trudeau. It's no longer a Liberal Party.
But, and he's constructed this organization, which I have called a cult, but it very much is that. These people have inculcated in their minds how they are going to behave, what they're going to think, no matter what their moral compass or their constituencies are telling them. And so for that reason, not surprising. I mean, they're lucky they won another election. Surprising that they did. But I think the disappointment has to be shared by many of us who continue to shake our heads in amazement at just how destructive these kind of policies are and how errant they are, considering our strong traditions as a country, punching above our weight despite our size.
Well, no, we no longer have that.
That's been gone
since way before Trudeau.
Yep.
So the point is then, Liberal MPs can't be counted upon to call the Prime Minister, the PMO, cabinet ministers onto the floor and say, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That's just not going to happen.
No, and they don't even do it in caucus.
To have bad government.
Yeah, well, we don't even do it in caucus. Remember the old days when we sit there and we could rip the daylights out of a bad policy through a minister and ultimately the Prime Minister, and often we'd see Senator Paul Martin turn to the minister and say, get another plan, because the caucus is not going along with it. And we didn't have people, scribes, working for the Prime Minister coming in and saying, if you say a bad thing or oppose the policy of the government, shame on you, you won't be on a committee. We'll remove another, if you a chevron from your arm, or you won't win the next trip.
Yeah, we aren't going to give you lunch anymore.
That's right.
So the point is that parliamentary democracy, as Canadians knew it, is over.
Yeah, frittered away, gone, history, toast. And you've 4 elections have proven the fact that it's not likely to be recovered anytime soon.
But it could be if Canadians smartened up and they know the bad government that they're getting, and they start to realize we can have some power over the curtailment of liberties.
As long as the public can be bribed, cajoled, or in some way deceived into believing that having less and worse and not having a democracy and having control over the lives and the control of the policies is in the hands of a handful of people, as long as Canadians continue to believe that that's the way it is, and that's the elbows up crowd I'm referring to, we're going to continue down this road.
We got to change it. 3 minutes. Thanks very much. To those of you who have subscribed and donated, a heartfelt thank you. You're keeping us on the air. If you're watching and you haven't, please try to do so, because 4 years ago we started this show because there needed to be independent analysis. Now more than ever, with the Online Harms Act, once that gets into law, it's been passed once by the House, there are going to be hundreds of bureaucrats censoring the news in Canada, censoring this show. We need to keep it on the air. Thanks for your support.